Good morning, everybody. Thank you for holding forth. Thank you for standing in gap with what God is doing with us. I want to say I apologize for the long silence for like a week or 2 weeks now. What we have been doing behind the scene is it calls for total concentration. So it's not only you guys that are not hearing from me, even the schools have not been hearing from me because a whole lot of things has to be done, and the more we do this, the deeper and the more tasking it becomes. It's a whole lot. So I'll be discussing with the ESCOs on that very soon. It's a whole lot. It's not something one man can do. This is just the reality. It's not something one person can do. In fact, I'm just thanking God that we have a structure in place of leadership, and this is going to be very useful. This may also be the reason why Donald was not able to do much, because he arrogated all the responsibilities to himself. Sincerely, this may be the reason. So it takes a whole lot. It takes more than one person. In fact, it takes more than 100%. It takes more than 100% to execute a project as this. So I'm just grateful that we have a structure, but that structure now has to be properly defined and positioned for the task. Positioned for the task. It's going to be very rigorous, but that's not for public consumption. The ESCOs will be told about it any moment from now. So, Father, we thank you for a time like this. We give you praise. Thank you for what you are doing. Thank you for the strength, the ability, the agility to carry on. We are grateful, Father, as I talk to your people. Minister to us. Give us a fresh hope. Thank you, Lord. What you have started, Lord, you will finish it. This year we will all smile. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So my name is Comrade Sunday Olawoyi. Today I'll be talking to you briefly on what we have done and what we are going to do next. What we are going to do next is not for everybody, but what we have done, I want to appreciate all of us for what we have done. The KYC came because the verification we did ab initio was for two purposes. One, to submit to federal government and to have a data we can defend in the international community. God gave us that wisdom ahead of time. As and when we were doing it, when he told us to do it, we didn't know anything will come up internationally, but we just believed that he who sends you will always empower you. And thank God for obedience spirit in us. So the verification was a very successful one, even though government has been quiet about what we submitted, and I've not been in the country for quite some time to follow up. Phone calls is not like physical contact. So now that I'm back, before I go back again to submit the next round we are going to be doing for those who didn't do the KYC, before I go back, I think we need to visit the government. So for the ones we submitted for them. But for the international one, so the verification we did has reduced our stress. So, and we have a timeline to meet. There is when these donors release some funds. It's in phases. First, they release logistics. Second, they release, all manner of that. ESCOs will be carried along. So before we get to that point, we must be ready. So ESCOs have a lot of work to do. But before we focus on the executive rearrangement, we must conclude the KYC. And why we have pleaded on behalf of those who didn't do it is because we noticed that a whole lot of them are claiming they did their scanning and they couldn't do KYC. We have a whole lot of that case. And when people were complaining, there was no way we will have said, okay, we're going to extend that KYC. There was no way because we had an express instruction from our people. You have 12 days, 12 working days to do this. You can't go back to them and say you want to extend. No. So we had to finish that one. We had to complete it. Then when we submitted, we can now make a case, which was what we did. We now made a case that, look, there were some technical glitches and this and this and this and this. But at first, we have met a demand they requested of us. We met that demand. 12 working days, we met it and we submitted. They gave us a good record. So when we are demanding for another opportunity for those who will experience technical glitches, it made sense for us to request without losing our integrity. So, and of course, they are approved by the grace of God, and they give us ideas on how to reconcile those irregularities, which the ICT units are working on currently. So this week, definitely, we're going to we're going to conclude the KYC process for those who didn't do it. So get ready for the week. Maybe Wednesday, let's say Thursday, Friday, where the ICT unit should be done. So, but we'll keep you posted. So, and you will know how long that is going to last. It's very, 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 very easy. So that's for that. Then I see a lot of us, saying all manner of things on the platform. Please, let's learn to bridle our tongue. It's very, very important. You have right to speak. You have fundamental human rights. You can speak, but when you are speaking in our group have rules. We have gone this far by the grace of God, by the mercy of God, and by strict administration. When I use the word strict administration, we don't encourage people to sow a seed of discord. We don't encourage virus on our platform. If not, we'll have gone down the drain. If you feel like you are pained, you want to say something, chat up the admin of the group and hear your opinion. Or if you are no longer interested, you can write anything anywhere else, not on our platform. We cannot take away your fundamental human rights, of expression, but our own is don't express it on our platform. We have been open to criticism over the years. People know I like criticism as far as it's constructive. I like it a lot as far as it's constructive, but you cannot just come because you know how to talk and you begin to say all manner of things that are not warranted on our platform. If you want to express yourself, go to anywhere, pick a pen and paper and write, express yourself there, or go to any radio station and express yourself there. Go to ordinary president in Abuja, go and express yourself there. Not on our platform. Our platforms have rules and it must be respected. As long as we respect your own, you should also respect our own. So don't come here and keep giving us dates as if you are the one who instituted the process in the first place. You have no idea what we are facing there. You have no single idea what we are facing there. If not for the grace of God, I'm even getting tired. I'm losing touch with my family. I'm losing touch. How old are my kids? But I don't want to bring personal stuff here. People think traveling abroad is fun. It's not fun. No. You go there, you hardly sleep. I've lost touch with a lot of friends back here in Nigeria. Hey, people call me, I don't have time to pick. People send chats, I don't have time to respond. So it's not funny. We are not going there to go and dance or go to club. And we're trying so hard not to ask you for money for all these trips. How many of these NGOs have been back on trips without asking you for money? The only one the executive said they were going to assist. I know what it cost them. I know how much debt is still on ground now that they have not been able to pay. You know how many trips I have been invited after that because we are not announcing it? Or you think the donors are funding my trip? They are not. They are not. So it's not something, because you must show commitment, you must show seriousness. Your NGO must be seen as an NGO who is capable. Somebody wants to give, okay, for example, somebody wants to give you a contract of $200 million, for example, and they invited you for a meeting and you appear sweating, not even a car. Who is going to listen to you? That is in the level of, if you don't want to give you contract of 50 million and you appear there sweating, you don't even have a car, who will listen to you? That is a psychological way of dealing with people in business times. Not to talk of, you are saying you have so numbers of database and they're inviting you to come to India, for example, or they're inviting you to come to Ethiopia, or they're inviting you to come to Singapore, and you are now asking them for flight ticket money, or you're asking them for accommodation. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. If you have also numbers of database, they believe that everyone in NGO, you have right to collect registration money. Have we collected any? We have not. It is from those registration money that we can now say, okay, we have something in our accounts, we can move around, we can do this, but we have been trying to shy away from this. Every penny we have collected is for the process, not you come and register with us as an NGO. Who can boast that I have registered, I'm a financial committed member? We are not doing that. We don't want to take that route. So don't come and add your own way of thinking and override it on our administrative pattern. We will not take it. So you can't dictate for us. If you are no longer interested, we have always maintained this. The door is always open. We are not begging anybody to do this because nobody is paying us. This is just a voluntary work. And it's taking a whole lot from us. It's taking a whole lot. Our money, our time, our resources, our expertise. Some of us, it's costing us our relationships. So please, the least you can do is to appreciate us. If you can't do that, just keep quiet there and be on the platform and observe. If there is any instruction that comes from the leadership and you are not willing to do it, you don't have to come up and say anything. Just keep quiet. Has anybody force you, come to your house and say, if you don't do KYC, we will kill you? Who has said that? So just stay there, keep quiet and observe. That's not difficult to do. Just be there. If you don't want to be there, leave. If you don't want to leave, stay. But we will not allow any negative thing on our platform. It's as simple as that. Nobody will force you to do anything. Leave others who are doing it in your own thinking. You think they are mumu, just leave them. Leave them. So, we have a major assignment, especially for the ESCOs. Even the ESCOs, there's going to be a shakeup. Seriously, because they need a database of all the structures we are talking about. There's going to be a major shakeup. We cannot submit without some requirements because this is a technology world. So I'll be talking to the ESCOs later this week. So please watch out for the completion of the KYC exercise and we'll know what to do. Sorry, just excuse me, please. Yes, what time is it? Can you bring it to my room? Sorry, I'm in Nigeria, but I'm not in my house, so they're doing another work. So please, let's get ready, and it will be done this week. We'll start it this week. Definitely, we'll start it this week. So I thank you. For all of us who are pushing, don't get tired. Don't get tired, though. Don't get tired, though. Because we are there, I'm still trying to say, okay, these people must not be disappointed. But God is encouraging me anyway. So thank you, all of you. Thank you. Forget about those who are making noise. Just be focused, okay? Just be focused. Do what we ask you to do. Just do what we ask you to do. ESCOs, there's going to be a physical meeting of ESCOs immediately after the completion of the KYC. A committee is going to be set up in that regard. So we'll be having our online meeting very soon. The National Secretary too will pass a memo with the National PRO. So we'll get it there. But let me just relax. I should get to my house tomorrow. So I like to relax with my family.